Hi, I am Dotan Marnoy, CEO and co-founder of Authomize. Authomize helps organizations with identity lifecycle management and policy enforcement. We are considered under the identity governance and administration category, as well as mentioned by Gartner recently under the cloud infrastructure entitlement management. Managing permission is crucial for organization growth. However, it's extremely hard, especially today when people are working from home or from anywhere and everywhere. So you have so many different identities you need to manage. You have external, you have internal, you have service accounts that have identity. And more than ever, we have so many applications that we need to manage. And we actually adding more now in order to try to keep kind of business as usual. Each one of those applications has its own authorization structure, different complexity. So you need to be a domain expert in each one of those. Regardless to say data is everywhere and everything is constantly changing. And I don't hear the word perimeter anymore when I'm talking to different customers. In many cases, when people think about permission management, they think about the security aspect of it. But more than that, it's an operational problem. About 20 to 30% of tickets in organization are actually permission related. So there's a lot of burden that needs to be managed. And this is what Authomize are here to help with. We have an automated authorization management solution, so we can help with the identity lifecycle management to find the just enough privileges and permissions for not over, not under, and to enforce the different policies organization want. Authomize, the word stands for authorization and automation. And in essence, we start where your SSO stops. So using Authomize, we're able to increase productivity, operational efficiency, as well as reduce attack surface, control risk, and ensure compliance. Quick example, when you have a permission request, Authomize integrated into your ITSM system, gives a recommendation, helps kind of the admin of the application or the direct manager make the decision to what groups to add the person, whether or not to approve this permission. So this way we can reduce the MTTR and the FTE that deals with the overall permission. Another quick example is when we want to do right sizing of permission. So this is Ben, he's a system engineer, he has permission across the organization. Authomize will actually be able to kind of scan the organization, the permission he has, really analyze where he has over permission, under permission, categorize that, give recommendation to changes that needs to be done, and really kind of help organizations to maintain kind of the right size. So we can reduce the attack surface and prevent what we call permission sprawl. The solution is deployed as a SaaS solution based on API, so deployment is extremely easy. We integrate to your ITSM, we integrate to the different SSO, or to what we call the source of truth, and to the application, regardless whether it's a SaaS, IaaS, data. We also have an open API, so you can integrate whatever homegrown application you have. The information is gathered, the authorization structure, the usage is gathered, analyzed, and we generate what we call smart groups. Smart group is kind of a unique graph AI that analyzes the information, and you see this green area, the just enough privilege. We are building this kind of a model to replace the manual RBAC, role-based access control model that is currently used. The solution is deployed with a few customers with great feedback. They're great help in building an amazing solution, and we are able to help them with generating visibility, license slice, guardrails for security and compliance, as well as integrating into their operational process. A little bit about us. We're based out of Tel Aviv. Myself, I was CEO and co-founder of ForceNock that was acquired by Checkpoint. One of my partners, Gal, was CTO at Cyvera that was acquired by Palo Alto Networks. He then was a VP at Palo Alto Networks, effectively managing about a third of the engineering power of Palo Alto Networks. And Ron, VP R&D and co-founder, he was at what we call the Israeli NSA. We are backed by amazing investors, Microsoft, Bloomberg Capital, Entry Capital, with great advisory like the former CIO of Okta, the former CIO of Splunk, the former CISO of ServiceNow, that help us build an amazing solution. What we are looking for is more partners and more customers that want to join our journey and build something that will really revolutionize the way we manage permission. So I want to thank you for this opportunity and hope we have the chance to discuss further. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that presentation. So a question that came in from the audience, what kind of technologies are running under the hood? Blockchain, identity chaining, whitelist?
Well, nice to meet you. First of all, I'm Adi. I'm replacing Dutan. Well, the technology that's running behind the hood is not whitelisting. We're using a proprietary algorithm that calculates the usage, the connection, the entire structure, hierarchy of the permission in the organization. We're the only solution that can see cross-platforms. So we're seeing the entire permission structure in any application we integrate to. We know to correlate and aggregate the entire information in order to deliver a precise permission sets for any user. So let's say, for example, user might have excessive permission or is under permission. If he have an excessive permission, is obviously risking the organization. If he's under permission, is overloading the IT. So if we're talking about also remote workers, we need to make sure that they have the right permission to access a sensitive resource, because there isn't any perimeter anymore. So people are working from home or from any from any place they want. So our solution enabled to automatically right-size the permission and give the exact permission needed for the employee. And we're also automating the permission request. So let's say, for example, an employee is requesting a permission for a certain app, and we know that this within the boundaries that the IT defined at the beginning, and we know which is safe. Under, again, the IT's requirements. So we can grant the permission automatically. And in case there is a need for an additional approval, we're alerting those stakeholders and we're asking them to approve. We not only give the permission, we're saying also we're recommending what is the best way to give it, either through assigning them to a certain group permission or create a certain permission role. If we're going back to in regards to the first topic of this webinar, we also giving you a framework to enable policy to stand and prove policy regulations. So you could comply with regulation, enforce guardrails to the cloud, which is today's really complicated things. Again, enable organization to comply with policies and streamline the entire digital transformation that everyone is going through really fast nowadays.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Adi. We had another question come in, but since we're running short on time, I'll follow up with you afterwards. Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you.